I think Ghana are capable of getting a good result against England. I think there's even a possibility that the Black Stars can get a 3 points against England. And I'll tell you why in a bit. But before I do that, please subscribe to the channel, put the videos on notification, and leave a comment because I want to know what your thoughts are, your predictions, and whether or not you think someone like Jordan Ayew needs to retain his place for this game against England. The first point of call for me has to be the back line. It is non-negotiable that our fullbacks are never exposed. Like, our fullbacks should never be exposed at any point in the game. On that left side especially, the right side as well. On the left, I'm pretty comfortable that Antoine Semenyo will provide enough cover for Gideon Mensah, so I don't worry too much about that. But as much as possible, we need to stop any 1v1 scenarios. So double up on the wingers and make sure that Gideon Mensah is never exposed with Noni Madueke. Look, he may not be the most flamboyant winger, but he's very effective. All he has to do is to get crosses into the penalty area. And if you keep exposing him, all he needs is one good cross in the box and Jude Bellingham would arrive to tap it home to for England to score. So for as much as possible, stop the crosses from wide areas. And I say double up on them because you also don't want a situation where you've cut out the Madueke danger, but there is Reece James just 5 or 7 yards away from him, pinging crosses into the box. They will hurt you if you allow that run. And so you need your fullbacks and your wingers to, when in defensive mode, to double up and make sure that they cut out any supply from wide areas. On that side, on the opposite flank as well, I never want to see, and I think that's where the bigger concern is, I don't want to see Anthony Gordon exposed with Marvin Senaya. In the first game against Panama, Senaya was exposed a lot. Held his own, was a difficult game, but he came out with his reputation intact. That cannot be allowed to happen. In that first game, you had Blackman and Rodriguez constantly doubling up on him, and even Andrade, who even had the liberty to ping diagonals to the other end. Don't do that. Just don't do it. If we allow that much space, Anthony Gordon will run Marvin Senaya ragged. And after 65 minutes, Marcus Rashford will come and finish him. We don't want that to happen. So keep it close there and let whoever plays as a right winger. And that takes me to my first change of the game. Ernest Miamah did not impress me in the defensive aspects of things. There were moments where he shied away from getting physical, getting confrontational in the tackle. And I understand. He's coming back from an ACL injury. There is a PTSD from that injury that he's picked up. And so he'll be careful for some time before he's fully committed into tackles. It will take a while. While we appreciate his situation, we cannot gamble the England game away because of him. And that's why someone else needs to start. Someone who can engage, someone who's prepared to put his body on the line to protect that fullback, to protect Nico O'Reilly from attacking those channels, because Nico O'Reilly's frame is huge and deceptively quick for a player of his size. So I would want to see Christopher Barbones to play there and provide that protection for Marvin Senaya, because he's competent further up the pitch. And whatever Miamah offers further up the pitch in attack, I think that Christopher Barbones is more than capable of replicating that. And then in our midfield, we need to go man-to-man. There's no choice. If you allow England, if we go with a double pivot, England will overrun our midfield. And with the quality that they've got, they will hurt us. So it is not a risk worth taking. Also, if you play Thomas Partey in a double pivot, you are killing him. You are exposing him. You literally will be sabotaging the project, because you'll be playing a midfielder who's very experienced but hasn't got the legs or the intensity or the match rhythm against 3 workaholics and runners. I was looking at the numbers, and the average distance covered by an England midfielder in that game was around 10.9, entering 11 kilometers. Those are the numbers they play at. They don't joke. So they move around a lot. They are intense. They are technically gifted. Jude Bellingham. Then there's a problem of Harry Kane joining to make a midfield 4. So if you don't take care, when England are building up, they will form a rectangle around our midfield draw rings around us when they want to, and then carve us open. And with the quality that they've got, they will punish us. Against Croatia, England managed 22 shots. That is double the number of shots that Panama attempted. Now, imagine what England will do with those spaces that we allow in the half space, just in front of our central defense, sometimes in between the left center back and the left back. On the right, the same thing happened. So you cannot allow that. That is why the midfield has to be choked. Go man to man and go with a three-man midfield. I say Partey as the anchor in that midfield, the deep lying playmaker who determines how this team plays and distributes the game. Then you've got Elisha Owusu as the destroyer, whose job is just to run and sniff out danger, make tackles. Then you've got Caleb Iheanacho. If you have Caleb Iheanacho, there will not be the need for a number 10 because he's efficient, gets up and down the pitch, and whatever it is that you think you would need in terms of playmaking skills, Partey is providing that already. Thomas Partey is providing that already, and I don't think we need to worry too much about that side. So let Caleb Iheanacho play and give him license to get up and down the pitch. But in terms of defensive responsibilities, go man for that midfield three. Go man for that midfield three. That is not negotiable. The other problem is Harry Kane. I don't think our fullbacks or our centre-backs have to be following him into the England half when he makes that run. It will be suicide. It will be suicide. Pardon the noise around. Today is a choke day for me at work, so I have just about 1 hour or so in between, and I need to record this video. But I digress. I don't think our players need to be following Harry Kane. Our team is not set up to deal with the chaos of following Harry Kane and the space that it leaves behind. I don't think we can manage that well. So if he's approaching the midfield, pass him on to another midfielder to mark him. So communication at all times is important. You don't want to follow him and leave gullies or channels in behind. You don't want to follow him and leave channels in behind where Marcus Rashford, Jude Bellingham especially, are running into those gullies, or Anthony Gordon to punish us. I don't want to see that. So when he moves too far away from the defensive line, pause it, pass him on to a midfielder, let them deal with it. I think the attack picks itself. I've already mentioned Bambo, so I've mentioned Antoine Semenyo. And I think you need to reward Thomas Asante for the shifts that he put in the last time. I'll drop Jordan Ayew. The fouls that he used to win, for which reason a lot of people used to say he's doing so well, have become useless. The referees aren't giving the free kicks in this World Cup. So play Brandon Thomas Asante, someone who gives you the threat and can be the press trigger when out of possession. England centre-backs pass the ball better than Panama. That's a given. So you cannot afford them the time on the ball to be dictating their build-up. Put them under pressure. The advantage or the incentive is that they have shown in the past that they can buckle when pressed. They can make mistakes. In the Premier League, I think in March, we saw how Maguire gave away possession when pressed in that game against Everton. And that's how Man City even lost the Premier League title. So I'm saying, press them, and you never know what may happen. Let Brandon Thomas Asante play. He makes runs off the shoulders of the defenses that are nightmarish, but very beneficial to the Black Stars. He made those runs 22 times when he came on. 4 times he was found. The first time against Panama was that shot that the keeper saved. The second was a cross across the face of goal that Jordan Ayew attempted to tap it home, but the defender got there to clear it. The third one was the offside goal, or the chance that he had to score that he was flagged offside. The fourth one was the pass he received from Semenyo that ultimately resulted in the goal. So that's what I think for this one. Again, sorry about the disruptions and the noise in the background. I'm calling it a 2-1 win for the Black Stars of Ghana. I don't know what you think, but leave your comments in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.